Hello, everyone. This is Brother Benson Media, and today is a Wednesday, and I have two panelists with me tonight. One of them is Kevin Makobura. Kevin Makobura sometimes is usually my co-host, and we have also a very vibrant and young leader. Uh, I will call him Senator Kiplimo Shah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the panelists joining me today, and we have to discuss some few issues that are happening right now. Today is the 27th day ever since the doctors went on strike, and the people who are feeling the pain are the commoners. We call them watu wa chini, hivyo ndo tunayaita Kenya. So hao ndio wanateseka sana kule hospitalini. So hiyo iko hapo, tutaguzia kidogo. Pili pia tutaguzia mambo ya Babu Owino, kwa sababu amekuwa ni mtu ambaye sasa anazungumziwa sana katika nchi yetu kulingana na mambo ya siasa. Hiyo pia iko hapo. Jambo lingine ambao pia naona watu wanazungumzia sana ni mambo ya gavana wa Trans Nzoia Natembeya. Wimbo zimetungwa kwa Natembeya, ni kama wanakwaruziana na spika wa bunge Papa Roma aka Papa Roma, Honorable Moses Wetangula. So we are seeing some paradigm shift in Western Kenya. We don't know whether Natembeya will change the paradigm. We are still on the watch about that. Also, we have last week the president made some remarks about Wasaliti. Maybe if we find time, we can talk about it. And that's what we have for today. So let me take this opportunity again to welcome Kiplimo Shah. Habari Kiplimo.
Thank you, Brother Benson.
Mm.
Thank you also for mentioning my name as it is. And I want to say Happy Eid Mubarak.
Yes.
We are celebrating with our Muslim brothers, and it is a day we are bridging peace because you know what is going on now in Somalia. The terrorists have tried to revive themselves, and I hope our prayer will be answered this very day. So
Thank.
going straight to the issue of doctors,
Yes.
that is us. That is one. It's one of the worst case scenario because the people who have vested the leadership and to look after the affairs of doctors are telling us they don't have money to pay them, but they have money to pay their cronies who have never even attended a nursery school, and they are receiving salary of in millions. And out there, you are telling doctor you live within your means. Someone who have invested much in his education is working overnight to save lives,
Mm.
and that is actually it is a sad reality.
Mm.
It is sad reality, and I want to pass my message to the president that don't be so dictatorial that you make sentiments which will directly affect the.
Okay, I think okay.
Benson,
Yes.
are we together?
Yeah, we are together. We are
You
listening.
know, the political class don't go to these hospitals. Mama Mboga and mtu wa bodaboda normally are admitted.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk about the issue of strike,
Mm-hmm.
it is like talking to a rich kid about your life, the time you went to school without shoes. So those are the politicians. That is why the MPs are pushing to remove the incompetencias Nakumija.
Mm.
And perhaps the issue of health is a matter of life and death.
Mm-hmm.
So the president should bring the doctors on board
Mhm.
and come and make a amicable decision that both parties will have get satisfaction.
Okay, Marco Bura, what is your take on the state of the doctors and the health sector in the country right now?
Okay, first, thank you. Thank you very much for giving us a chance this evening. I want to take this opportunity to wish all our Muslim brothers and sisters a happy Eid Mubarak. Wherever they are, they should feel that they are part and parcel of this country and also part and parcel of this world. Yes, my comments on the doctors' issues is I think this is not actually the first time that you are talking about the issue of doctors. For quite some time, they've been neglected. The government has not really given a good listening, good ear to the doctors. And again, doctors are the most, they are most of them are the sharpest people that we have around. It is right. I remember the last time His Excellency, the former governor of Kakamega, was saying that remember doctors are the most genius people. These are people who scored A and A minus. So when dealing with these people, you have to give them maximum respect. You have to listen to them. And another fact is that these people take a lot of time, so many years studying so that they get the right knowledge to ensure that they take good care of the lives of people. So I think the government has really failed us as the people of Kenya, especially when it comes to taking care and listening to the plight of the doctors. Doctors are people who have been taking and ensuring that the lives of the people of Kenya is that the health status is okay. So my opinion is that it is high time this government, because they promised the people of Kenya that among the things that they would ensure is helping and ensuring that the lives of the Kenyans are well taken care of. So it is up to them to ensure that they pay the doctors so that the doctors can go back to work. Currently, there are so many people who are dying, especially the poor. Remember, these doctors again, uh, they have this leeway of working in both government, that is public hospital, but at the same time working in private hospitals. So these are people that you cannot really restrict them and tell them that if you don't go back to work, we will not pay you. These are people who can survive because they have option of even working in private sectors and still they will earn something. So I think the government is really not looking at such kind of things, because these people, they can still survive. They're still working in private hospitals. But what about the Kenyans, who are the majority of the people who are poor? How are they going to even access these private hospitals? So the government has a duty to ensure that they listen to the doctors, so that the poor Kenyans who accesses health in public hospitals are well uh, looked and are well treated, so that they also have a good health.
Okay, thank you so much, Makobura. And this is something that I want to ask you because, like, the doctor strike or the what is happening now, this one did not start the other day because we know and the history of our country, especially when it comes to professionals, teachers, doctors, and any other. There's always been this issue of salary payment and even that what they are raising, but you find that it is something that has to be negotiated as compared to when our MPs maybe they want to increase their salary. They don't negotiate for their salary. They don't sign even CBA. I don't know what the law says about the CBA and everything. But where is the problem? Because when you look at this thing started all the way from 2017, yeah, and there've been court orders that is telling the government to pay the doctors. Yeah, and now the administration of the president William Ruto has inherited, even though he was there in 27 in government as a deputy president. Then you get the president to say, like, the doctors has to live within their means. Yeah. Where is the problem? Is the problem with where does the problem lie?
The problem that we have as a country is the leaders that we elect, the leaders who are leading us, these people that we call honorable members, these people are very greedy. They only care about their life, they only care about the life of their family, but they don't care about the life of the people of Kenya, the people who has given them the mandate to lead them.
Mhm.
Because it really doesn't make sense if, for example, the other day, members of parliament were united when they had this, when they were increasing their salary. It doesn't make sense that members of parliament every time, like it's like every year they want to increase their salary, but when it comes to increasing the salary of other public servants, it takes time. They want to debate, they don't want to give a nod to that, they don't want to give these people a chance so that you can also fail and also enjoy the fruit of them being the people of Kenya. So the problem we've had is the first, it's coming from the presidency and all the leaders, including the governors, the senators. They're the people who are trying uh, to move around, but they don't want to to have a discussion that is going to fully sort this issue of doctors, teachers going to strike every now and then. It is up to the government to make laws that will ensure that when salaries are being increased,
Mhm.
it is being increased in a manner that no any worker complains. I think this way it will help to sort this issue of uh, workers going to mandamano or every now and then.
Let me ask Mr. Kiplimos Shah, Senator. Um,
Uh,
okay,
I,
okay. Can I ask you a question?
I would like to respond on the same,
Yep.
on the issue of what is ailing our civil servants to do with the strike.
Mhm.
So the biggest problem is the constitutional body in place, Salaries and Enumeration Commission.
Yep.
Yeah, that is the body which has totally failed Kenyans in matters to do with salary harmonization.
Mhm.
Because since memorial, there has been strikes to do with teachers, doctors, and also I sympathize with the National Police Service because they have no union who will champion for their welfare. But on the same SRC, there is a big disparity in salary payment. When you find a police officer is being paid 20,000, a politician is getting nearly 1 million. You get where the conflict is, and we must rectify that as a country for prosperity of each and everyone.
So, we've had the president saying that, telling the doctor they have to live within their means, so that they will not pay, and we've also had intimidation from all, especially like some governors are saying they're going to fire the doctors. That one solve the situation? How will the
Actually,
intimidation and firing solve the issue?
Benson, that is worsening the mother. You know, the problem is we have a president who doesn't listen to the voices of Kenyans,
Mm,
because the president is treating this like the issue of house levy.
mm,
You know, you remember he said this thing must pass.
mhm,
So he has to put into comparison that this is not like the house levy. This is this is a matter of lives of 50 million Kenyans.
Yeah, I
Because
think that
yes,
okay, go ahead. Mm,
another problem.
mm,
Yeah, serious targets like health.
mhm,
You don't just pick anybody from the street and you put to be CS health. And the next governments must learn from mistakes of this government, because when you see William Ruto cabinet is full of politicians instead of technocrats and professionals.
Mhm.
I think the statement that the president made, it really, as a statesman, like him being a president, I think that was the worst thing that he would have given or talked. That was the worst statement as a president, because why would you tell doctors that if they can't go back to work? It doesn't really make sense. Remember, for example, if maybe you would have told it to teachers, somehow it might have had an effect. I'm not saying that we should disrespect the teachers, but I'm just giving an example. Because, for example, if they would have told teachers the same, and I think we'd say that there are so many people who can try teach or can try educate brothers or sisters around. But if you tell doctors that if they can't go back to work, like you don't care, who is going to take care of the people of Kenya? Because it is health. And not everyone has the capacity and the knowledge to cater or to ensure that they give the right health to an individual. These are special people that we have to recognize the fact that they have gone to school for, they've taken so many years. This is a knowledge that not everyone has. So if you start telling or throwing words in this manner, it really doesn't make sense. That tells you that this government does not care about the
Mhm.
people of Kenyans, and especially the poor people, because them, they are able to access the private hospitals, the best private hospitals in the country. What about the poor Kenyans who are not even able to put on the table just the basic food that is a requirement for every household? This government should ensure, it is our plea as the people of Kenya, that
Mhm.
they should ensure that health becomes their first priority. It does not make sense that they are taking a very huge money, that they're taking it to build houses. The people of Kenya do not need houses at this time. The people of Kenya needs to have good health. What is the need of building houses if the health of the wananchi not well taken care of? Who is going to stay in those houses if the people that requires good health, they're not being given that service? So the government should just restructure their doings and whatever they told the people, and look into the most important thing that the
Mhm.
people of Kenya need as per
Mhm.
this time.
Okay, that one brings me to an issue over called the national fabric. The national, we call it the fabric of our country, because when you look at health is something that universal. It affects every Kenyans. Every Kenyan walks of life will will be affected by health. Like right now, we are seeing it, and especially those who are living below the poverty line, or those who are, especially the majority of Kenyans. That is something that we have to agree on. And I think that you were there last week when you watched some members of parliament, some leaders, I might call them, from Western Kenya. And when Honorable Babu Owino wanted things in the process of bringing impeachment motion to impeach the CS for health. And the majority of leaders from Western Kenya, I call them the majority because like there were so many of them there, including I think like governor, I say the deputy governor for Kakamega, Honorable Sivula was there, the Butere MP, and among others. And one thing that one of the leaders said that um, that impeachment will not see the light of the day. And they added, one of the leaders said, I mean, I quote, Nakumecha is representing us in the government. So my question to him, who said that, does it mean that in Kakamega or in Western Kenya, the people of Western Kenya are not feeling the impact of the doctor strike? Does it mean that those women who go to the hospital and maybe lose their lives there while giving birth, those people of Kenya, the majority of Kenya who goes to the hospital in Western Kenya, who right now do not get the services, does it mean that that's how the Nakumicha, as per what he said, representing them in the government. That's how representation in the government is. So maybe your take, Mr. Makubura.
I think
Then
the
tell us.
Yes.
problem that we're making as a people, as Kenyans, is we've been electing sycophants. We've been electing people who are not thinking. We've been electing people who are being remote controlled. People who cannot stand on their own and say that this is what we want, this is how things should go. They want to be told things or issues, they want to be told or given instructions from maybe State House or somewhere. That is when they will do something. It is so unfortunate that a whole member of parliament would make such kind of statements because if, for example, the CS, this is the problem we've been having as a country because most of the time you find that, for example, a CS would steal, would loot, but then a group of people from their tribe, starting from the members of parliament, would always defend them. And then you ask yourself, if this person, if for example this CS was looting, did the money or the things that he got, did he share with the people of his tribe? They did. So it is so unfortunate, and this also explains the reason why there's a wide gap in Kenya between the poor and the rich. Because when the rich are looting, the poor people are celebrating, but they're celebrating and then they're getting nothing. And again, the rich or these politicians, they loot knowing very well that they have people on ground who are going to defend them, the people who are going to stand with them. The people of Kenya should rethink, and especially the youths, because these people are really destroying the future of the Kenyans, of the people of Kenya, the future of youth. Where are we going to go, we as the youth? If these politicians, if this CS, they are looting now, and then when they come back home, we kind of try to protect them. Some of them you will even find going to demonstrate so that these individuals who have looted should not be maybe taken to court or something like that. The people of Kenya has a big role by ensuring that they elect people who think, people who are mature, people who are able to say that this is wrong, this is right. You have to be a leader who should differentiate. That is when I think the people should be giving them a chance to lead.
What about you, Senator Shah? What do you say about
Benson.
those comments? Yes.
Yes, it has been our tradition,
Mm-hmm.
whereby when one of your community member who is holding highest office, like that of a CS or any political appointed office, when there is threats to remove you, then it has been culture of the area members of parliament from the same ethnicity to come and protect you, to lure the electorate that they are protecting interest of the community, of which is not true. Because as we speak, the, the, the origin of the motion is because majority of Kenyans have felt that CS Nakumija is not capable of running the target. And that is a reality. Even to those members of parliament from Western Kenya who are saying it will not come to see the light of the day. And Kenyans must develop a sense of nationalism. It doesn't matter who is where, whether it's or your sister. Things should be done professionally. And also, I want to tell you, this country is run by bureaucrats. This country is run by cartels and people who don't have interests of the people. And the other time you saw the president disbanded NHIF, and the new CEO of the new system, social healthcare, is one of his employees from Amaco Insurance. So what do you expect from him? This country is run like a private kiosk. So Kenyans must look back and see where we came from and where we're heading to, particularly the youth of this country.
Mhm.
Yeah, to add on that, I think it
Mhm.
is also right to say that the problem that we've been having as a country is the people who have been selected or given the mandate to run these dockets, whether being a secretary, cabinet secretaries, principal secretaries, or head of parastatals, the problem we've been having as a country is the government or the people in leadership, they have been giving, actually rewarding their friends or people who maybe helped them in one way or another at the not looking at their educational background, not looking at the professionalism within them, and this is the reason why so many dockets are failing. If you look at, for example, labor, it can't, like, the person who is heading that ministry doesn't have the knowledge. It doesn't make sense that, let's say, for example, I want just to give you an example that a cabinet secretary, you might find that is someone who maybe has a degree in, let's say, secretarial,
Mhm.
and then you want to give this person the seat of a secretary, of a cabinet secretary, to head a docket that is headed by doctors. And then you expect these doctors to be listening or getting instructions from someone who did secretarial, just being that this person is a CS. It doesn't make sense when it comes to these appointments, especially these national appointments, the CS positions, these positions should be given to professionals, people who have studied and have the knowledge of the docket that they're being given. That way, this issue of uh, giving people who does not have the capacity to run, this is the reason why there's so many things are stalling in the Republic of Kenya, because the people who have been given the mandate to run these dockets do not have any knowledge at all. They are simply, I don't know how I can call them. The government should look into that if maybe they want to succeed.
Okay. Now, let's
Benson,
come this time. Yes.
a minute, please, to add on
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
What my brother said, I
Mhm.
think we should amend the constitution
Yep.
to prevent politicians from rewarding their girlfriends and their family friends from this appointment.
Mm.
Actually, the narrative that the UDA preached to Kenyans, the gospel was not what is written in the Bible.
Mm.
Kenyans came to see different things. Huh?
Mm. Eh, hello. Yes.
So we must wake up as a country.
Okay, thank you so much, Kipli Mosha. So, you are also aware that His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka was saying they will join the doctors if the government does not act. And like yesterday too, we saw Honorable Babu Owino with some members of parliament with the doctors, and I saw the majority whip. That was Silvanus Osoro. Honorable Silvanus Osoro was also there. Now, will what will happen here? Because now this now is taking a political uh, direction, is now running from the real issues. Now it's getting into the politics, and you know very well, like anything that happens in our country and then it takes the political way, it becomes very 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 difficult to solve. Will this one solve the issues if it takes the political direction?
Yes, Benson.
Hmm.
Yes, can I respond to that?
Yes.
Yeah, politicians are very wise
Yeah.
when it comes to mob psychology and crisis.
Mm.
They are always the first people to be in that place. So, and it is a good move for Babu Owino as a leader, as a politician. Maybe he is convincing the nurses and the doctors of this country that maybe in future he will be the best suited for to satisfy their interest And it is normal as a politician. You must capitalize any opportunity that comes in. So this is now, doctor strike is now opportunity for Kaduni wa Mushomba, Babu Wino, to secure the seats they will run for come 2027. You never know. Babu Wino, the other time, say when he was congratulating the youngest president of Senegal, that even Kenya as a country, it is long overdue.
Mhm.
We should we would have our own youngest leader uh, long before.
Mhm.
So let let us see his moves and wish him the best.
So, and my question is, okay, it's he's okay, he's listening to the doctors, and it's now, because now these are now politicians, because like they joined them in like where they're demonstrating, yeah. And will it solve the issue really by them being there, even with His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka joining them in the demonstration, Makobura? Will this one solve the issue? Because I think there's somewhere where the issue is. We are not tackling the real issue when it comes to doctors, because this strike that we are seeing, and the CBA, of the doctors and all our professional that is happening with the government, did not start with the administration of President Ruto. That is something that we have to agree on, you know even though when the first CBA that was signed by the doctors, he was the deputy president. But like, he has inherited this from his previous government where they are, you know, and they did not solve these issues. There were court orders and there were agreement that the doctors made that they were supposed to be fulfilled even before he became the president. That those are still here, you know.
Yeah.
Where will that one solve the issue?
Babu Owino and maybe the former vice president wanting to join the demonstration with the doctor. I think as a country, of course, we should applaud that because generally we've seen that the only language that this government or the governments that we've been having, the only language they listen to or understand well is demonstrations. So, of course, yeah, there's a possibility that this demonstration might bring something good to the doctors. But again, it is also wise to note that Babu Owino and maybe those other MPs, they're simply doing a role that they were given as the representatives of the people. I think that is the role that even the constitution gives them. uh, we should be proud of them because they're just doing the constitutional role. But again, I think this government is a continuation of the previous government. That is the fact, because the current president, Dr. William Ruto, was the deputy president when this CBA with the doctors was being signed. There were so many CBAs that were signed, even with the teachers. The teachers have been crying every now and then, and there's a possibility that they might also go for strike anytime soon. So it is so wrong for a government to enter into an agreement with a group of learned people and then you don't honor the agreement. That would amount to something else. It is also wrong because that also portrays and that also tells you that as a people, we have a government that does not listen to the people, does not respect the agreements, and that is where we should draw a line. That tells you that these are people you should never trust with the
Okay.
power. Yeah.
All right. I know there's so many. We can take a whole day talking about the doctor issues. It's something that is still here with us, and it is like 27 days ever since the doctors went on strike. And there's also something that is also happening. There's a team ground that is there. The group of Honorable Wamushomba, Babu Owino, and like-minded some young MPs. We also have the issue of Natembea. Natembea is Anatembea, and today I was somebody from Trans Nzoia sent me some video, and I say okay, and I was saying, what what's wrong with Natembeya? He said that Natembeya is speaking our mind. So that is what everybody is saying. But before that, let me just play something again, because about of Babu Owino, my friend Kiplimo Shah, you will forgive us. You might not understand the Onagi nation, but there's a question that is going to come after that.
Kamano kabisa. Oponga neno kumtegeliel ka. Oponga go kamano maduong kabisa. Mondo babo yude kom ni yao. Ikbeda beda ni wan wamanyo to kwayudi. Donge kamano. Koro jaduong ni bende at least. Koro yudo gimoro mot make lwete. To dhi bedo no maber. Donge kamano. To baba kose dhi. To wenu babu. Donge.
All right, that is Honorable Babu Owino. That was an impromptu meeting on his way to Kisumu, and you've seen the reception. This is organic crowd. What do you say about Babu Owino?
Benson,
Yes.
there's something you have forgotten about this strike. The
Yes.
politicians winning the doctor strike,
Mm-hmm.
and that is the Raila Odinga factor.
Yes.
You see,
Yeah.
so it has been perceived for long like demonstration without Raila
It's not.
is not.
Mm-hmm.
So it is now opportunity for Babu Owino, Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, to show the mighty cause that the crowd they can pull in those demonstrations.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it is for political capital. They are there for political capital.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, as leaders who are championing the rights of the civil servants.
Mm.
So it is now a supremacy battle who has the largest crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So
now you see in ODM,
mm-hmm.
there is also succession politics in ODM.
Mm-hmm.
And following the suggestion that Raila might be the next. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Now Kalonzo now wants to take the mantle of. I don't know. NASA is still alive or that.
Azimio.
Azimio, yeah. So Kalonzo now wants to revive himself and take the mantle to replace the Raila. I don't know whether his feet will fit Raila's shoes or not.
Okay, Marco Bura, what do you say about Babu Owino reception along the way on his way to Kisumu?
First, to add on what Kiplimo said, I think it is also this demonstration, this doctor's demonstration, I think somehow it is also going to, it is a good opportunity for Babu Owino to showcase what he's capable of doing when it comes to handling Mandamano. And if he does this successfully, if he ensures that he helps the doctors, then of course, truly the people of Kenya would accept him fully. But again, when it comes to my opinion on when he was on the way to Nyanza, from the crowd and the reception, it is clear to note that the people of Nyanza region has fully accepted Babu Owino. And remember, it never planned for this. It was just an impromptu gathering. So it is clear, and even from what the people are saying, it is clear that the people of Nyanza has accepted the fact that Babu Owino is taking over from one Raila Amolo Odinga. So as a people or as a nation, or as the people from this region, it is also right to for any politician to start thinking and also to start realigning, depending with where the waves are going. Currently, the waves are with him, and even if you try look at the interaction that Babu currently has been having with these members of parliament, remember he's been going to different parts of the country. He's been to Mount Kenya region, he's been to Western, he's been to so many other places. And again, the kind of dalliance that he has been having with these young member of parliaments, remember the likes of Osoro, who is a whip in the UDA in Kenya Kwanza, being close to him and even kind of trying uh, uh, to give him audience. That tells you a lot. If you even see young members of parliament within Nairobi, the likes of Mwenje and so many, if you look at young members of parliament from Mount Kenya region, they are the likes of the member of parliament from Githunguri, that's MP Wamuchomba. If you see even their body, if you read their body movement or body whatever, it clearly tells you that whenever they're around Babu Owino, they are around their leader. They are around someone who's going to give them a direction.
What,
Mark,
Kiplimo, what do you say about that?
actually, I want to give credit to Babu Owino.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's the only revolutionist existing in parliament.
Mm.
Yeah, with Kitunguru member of parliament who was elected on UDA ticket, but and faced the government.
Yeah, apart from actually.
Yeah, Katoni wa Mushomba.
Mm-hmm.
Babu Owino and Katoni wa Mushomba, they are only revolutionists like Mikuna sometimes back. I think also Mikuna is he also is only buying fear of what the previous regime did to him. But I want to tell Mikuna, join the system and will lead this revolution.
When you look at, okay, go ahead.
To add on that list, a very young, vibrant politician who should also be added in the list, as much as he's coming from Rift Valley, and remember the thinking and the psychopathy that most members of parliament from Rift Valley has to the president, the former member of parliament of Qatar, of
Nandi.
the former
Nandi
member of Nandi Hills, Mr. Honorable Qatar. I think he's also a young member of parliament who has come out to defend, to stand with the people. And it is also right to note that him being still a young politician, if he continues with the support and standing with the people of Kenya, the ground will accept him and will always stand with him.
So we are seeing this, we are seeing emergence of at least, I can call them like three emergence in different ways. There's the ground, the ground tax, the young politicians where this Babu Owino and Gedhoni wa Mushomba. There's Edwin Sifuna, yeah? There's Edwin Sifuna, especially when it comes to debating and educating some of the members of parliament, especially when it comes to debates on the bigger platforms like the TV, yeah? You know, or you would see how Sifuna debates and like, you know, and so many Kenyans have really liked how Sifuna is doing it. Then we have also Natembea, who is coming in Trans Nzoia in Western Kenya. So these are like three different faces of generational, kind of like new generational politics. Where are we headed?
Should I go on or Kiplimo should
Kiplimo, let me ask Kiplimo.
Actually, Benson.
Yep.
You know, Sifuna, I've been following him since he was Secretary General ODM. He used to attend TV shows, and the Sifuna of today and 5 years ago is a bit different. The Sifuna we have now is the Kenyan we need to be that parliament. You know, the likes of Gerard K, Sifuna and Gerard K, I think
Yep.
those are the vibrant senators in the upper house. I don't, is it upper house or the lower house?
They
The constitution
This
was not specific actually,
question
but
is not very
I
clear.
want to I want to applaud Sivuna
Mhm,
because is educating Kenyans on
mhm,
matters to do with law and governance,
mhm.
and I want to urge him to join Natembea kutembea hiyo safari imeanza huko Western Kenya, because
Yeah,
for a long time Western Kenya has been perceived to be a swing fort,
Uh,
of which it is not true. That was just a narrative that was run by political brokers
mm.
and power mongers.
Marco Bura, what do you say?
it is true that the Senate of Nairobi,
Mhm,
I actually, when I also started following him, I never got too much interested in his eloquence, especially. I think he just never had enough a good chance to
mhm,
showcase his capabilities. I think the Senate gave him a good platform, and it is true. We've seen that this is a young man with a good mastery of the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya and the law. And Sifuna is a genius young politician. When you see Sifuna debating with politicians who have been in the limelight for quite some time, the veterans, the likes of Bonnie Kalwale,
mhm.
you would wish that maybe we had so many people of this kind of this character, because it's a debate that you will really love to continue following, because when he debates sense. He knows what he's doing, and it is good to acknowledge the fact that I think ODM has one of the best senators in Sifuna. It is also good to note that there are so many uh, senators who are still young, the likes of Cherargei, yes, the likes of the senator of Narok is also a very vibrant, young, with good mastery of the constitution. The senator of Migori, a very young man, very eloquent.
Eddie
The
Mwok.
senator Yeah, the senator of Kericho, who is actually the current majority leader. I think it is good as a country.
So, Marco Bura,
Yes,
you are counting the leaders that we have, all the people that we say that these are very eloquent leaders, and people that we feel, if given chance, which they do have, can change the face of our country in terms of the politics that we are doing. But when it comes to election, what usually happens?
that is what we are also. That is the challenge we have as a country, because when it comes to election, we don't give these bright minds. We don't give these people who are able to lead us perfectly. Remember, even when it comes to these final elections, if you look at maybe the ODM or UDA, there were so many young people. For example, let me just give you an example. If you go to Qatar now, to Mr. Qatar, the former member of parliament of Nandi Hills, this young man or this young member of parliament, there's a time they did a documentary about his constituency, and it is true that this young man was a performer. He did so many good projects in the hills, but since he had a problem, he was not subscribing uh, to the songs of the current president. He was not given a chance, just because he differed. He had a different opinion. As much as he went through nomination and he clearly won on a UDA ticket, the nominations, he was not given the certificate uh, so that he would go for the national elections. That clearly tells you that the party leaders, or the people with money, the people with power, whenever they see that you have the mind to liberate the people, they will either clear you, or they will either cut your foot so that you don't walk to where they are. They are kind of trying to finish you so that you don't compete with them. And that is the problem we've been having even in the ODM. There are so many young politicians with bright mind. There are so many young people who have the ability to lead, the ability to lead the people, the ability to make laws, the ability to perform perfectly. But since they know no one, either in ODM, since they don't have enough money, they will never be given the certificate, the ODM certificate to run.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kiplimo, before we wind up, maybe if you have something to
Yes,
say
yes,
about,
Benson.
yeah, before we wind,
Yes,
if you have something to say about
yes.
Natembea,
The issue of elections,
yeah,
I want to add something on that. That the problem normally comes during the party primaries.
yeah,
Because now, like me, I'm 2027. I'm going to fight for Senate LKO Marakwet,
uh-huh.
and because I've openly opposed the government,
Yeah,
then the chances of me losing
yeah,
the ticket, the UTA ticket, yeah,
uh,
is 90%. But that doesn't matter. You see, I, I will come from any party or independent candidate, and I will beat their candidate hands down.
but if you know,
You are my brother. We have a party for you, a party for young for youths.
well,
So it's
We
a
Senator,
matter.
can actually give you a free ticket.
Senator Kiplimo,
Yeah,
let
it's
me
a
ask,
matter of wait.
let me ask you, if you know very well
Yes.
that you're not going to get a party ticket in UD, why do you have to go there? Because you know you've been
You
opposing
know,
the policies. Why can't you?
you
Because
know,
like the constitution has given you a provision whereby you can run as an independent candidate without even running. Yeah, that's provision is there, and those are kind of the things that advantage that we have with this constitution to run as an independent
Benson,
candidate. Yeah.
Benson,
Yes.
you know, Kenyans have been so much conned by the politicians through the political party.
Yeah.
Political party is a public document.
Hmm.
That is a document funded by the taxpayer.
Hmm.
So why I've been paying tax to fund this party? Why should I not use it uh, to get my elective post?
Actually, that is the challenge you've been having as a youth. To
Yeah,
add on the question that he asked, that why is it that uh, the people of Kenya are not giving chance to the likes of Senator Kiplimo Shah or me here? You
Yeah.
see, we think differently, and our perception of things and how things are run. We are, if you're doing wrong, we will oppose you.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, if these people in power, whenever they see Mr. Senator Kiplimo here, I'm telling you, they'll never give him a chance because they think or they believe that this is someone that, if given a chance,
Hmm.
will openly
Hmm.
or will openly tell them, no, you are looting. They don't want such kind of people next to them. And
Okay.
Mr. Kiplimo, I want to advise you, if go and buy using that party UDA, do not fear anybody. If they fail to give you that ticket, we will give you a ticket. You
Actually,
will
thank you.
get,
you
and then
see,
you will
what is
go.
happening? We need to get somebody. We are looking for a guest, I think, to discuss about the independency of our political parties, because like
There's no dependency in
in the
political
real
party.
sense, these political parties
Those
are
are kiosks,
personalized.
Baba.
Yeah.
Those are political parties in Kenya are kiosks.
And it's
ODM.
so it's very unfortunate
Can I
because
can I
remember,
Go
yes,
ahead.
continue.
can I put across one statement like ODM? If
Hmm.
you- if you ask even someone in
Mm. Yeah.
yes,
Mm.
The youth
definitely will
are
tell you
suffering.
Raila Odinga.
Mm.
If you ask who is the owner of UDA,
Mm.
that is what
It is true.
William Ruto.
We told
Mm.
So, and that is misconception. You know, we should not allow politicians to own political parties.
Yeah. So
and
that's
again, these political parties, they get billions of public money. These are money that
Yeah.
we Kenyans,
actually
they get
like
it from
I
outside.
don't know, when Senator Sifuna was complaining of the government not releasing the money so that they can to aid them in doing their primaries. Actually he complained some, I don't know, it was a week back, he complained
And
about that.
again, Sifuna also said something that I also want to say here.
Yeah.
This money that is given to political parties,
Yeah.
this is money that if these political parties want to use it, they should use it within the Republic of Kenya. It was so unfortunate that the UDA party wanted to start bringing contracts using this public money from China. It is
Uh,
so wrong. And as a people, we will challenge that in the high courts.
okay. Okay,
Actually,
gentlemen.
Kevin,
Yes. Say one. We are
Kevin,
almost. Yes.
I'm coming to Nairobi at the course of any time. I don't want to mention because because of security reasons. So, and I want
Okay.
to tell my brother Kevin, let us
Yes.
join hands with the like-minded of Senator of Busia, Okiya Mtata, to liberate
Yes.
this country and to
It
seek
is.
justice for the many Kenyans who are suffering in silence.
I am ready. I
Okay.
am ready.
Yeah.
Okay. My
Very
guest.
ready.
Let me first of all, before we wind up, let me take this opportunity to thank the following members who are watching us. I will start with Goodia. Thank you so much, my brother. You've always supported us. We have Charles Songa. Thank you so much. We have Kennedy Sankara. Thank you so much. We have Judith. Thank you so much. We have Berry. Thank you so much. We have Silas Kiptum. Thank you so much, Mr. Silas, for joining us. And Silas, kindly please uh, um, invite some members to come and to this channel, because here we discuss about issues of our country and we talk about leadership. So we want this message to reach so many people. And I've said good year and everyone. So my guests, maybe let me take this last opportunity so that Mr. Kiplimo to give his parting shot.
I just want to say this country is ours. We have no other country to go. And whatever means, like what the president said, we should live by, what did he say?
Within our means.
Yes? Yeah, within our means.
Yeah.
So I want to tell the youth of this country, we should fight for the interest of this country within our means.
Okay.
It doesn't matter
Mm.
which means we'll use it, but we must restore the dignity that our forefathers fought for independence of this country.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. Marco Bura, what is your parting shot?
Personally, the blood of revolution, activism is flowing in me. Nimechamka. It is a message to any politician in the Republic of Kenya who wants to loot, who wants to ensure that they don't respect the people of Kenya. Those leaders who have been given the mandate to lead the people of Kenya, but they're making laws which are against the rights of the people of Kenya. We as the people, we as the youth of the Republic of Kenya, this time round we are not going to keep quiet. We will fight for the people of Kenya. We will stand by them, and whenever we feel that they're not doing right, we shall even go and take those positions, even if it means by force.
Thank you
Thank
so much, Mr. Makobura. By the way, tomorrow, if you're there on the comment section and you have something to ask, I will be hosting Honorable Maliba. Maliba is a strategic communication advisor to UDA. He will be here on the show. We will discuss about the state of the nation and one-on-one with him. So if you have anything, any question that you want um, answers from the UDA, stay tuned in the comment section and give them. Maliba will be here to answer them. And for everyone who was watching, I would like to say thank you so much, and just subscribe, share, and invite more people so we can make this a great show, because it's all about our country. As Kiplimo said, we don't have any country to go. This is the only country that we have. We have only one Kenya, so this is what is guiding us. So thank you so much for your time, and may God bless you. May God bless you big time. This is Brother Benson, and thank you so much. Bye. See you next time.
you.